So you're wondering how it is to achieve your dreams. My name is Alex P. Plasky. I am a C4 quadriplegic, and recently I achieved one of my big dreams as well by moving from Minnesota to LA. And maybe you're wondering, how can you create your dream life in regards of your work or your location or whatever your heart desires? I did a speaking engagement recently, and I walked everybody through the fundamental steps of achieving their dreams and following a set of principles that creates a successful and happy life. So I hope you enjoyed the video. But before you watch, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe if you would love to see more content like this. I hope you enjoy the video.
Mr. Alex Plasky, and I'm going to let Alex talk about himself and be able to share a little bit about him. You'll get to know him, but I just want to take a moment and to say that I don't know anyone who exemplifies the focus on the good philosophy more than Alex Plasky. I'm sure that Alex will be sharing about his experience, but you know, anytime I start complaining about something, I think about Alex. You know, Alex fell off a horse when he was 16 and doesn't have the use of his arms and legs. So what do I have to complain about? And yet, Alex is one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life. Ever. One of the most positive people I've ever met in my life. And it is a pleasure and honor to know you, Alex. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that you're here. And I know that I told you this, but I'll tell you this again. Literally every time I do a speaking engagement on stage. Right now, there's not a lot of those going on. But back when I was on stage all the time, literally every time since I've met Alex, I have used his story as an example of what it means to focus on the good and how none of us have any excuse to complain about anything because Alex is incredibly positive. And with that being said, let's give Alex a big round of applause. All right, Alex, let me get you situated so you're up on the screen. Let's see, here we go. All right, take it away, Alex.
Yeah, well, thank you for that excellent bring on there, Jake. I want to say I also really appreciate you. You are an amazing coach, an amazing friend, an amazing speaker as well. And to add on to that little explanation, yes, I had a spinal cord accident when I was 16, and since we only have 10 minutes to speak, I'm going to bring that 20-minute story into a 1-minute story. But I got my left foot stuck when we were training a horse, and as it was bucking back and forth, I just couldn't escape, and I ended up landing on my neck and just shattering it. I was airlifted to St. Cloud. I did my surgery there. Then I did my rehabilitation in Gillette Children's. And even before then, I had quite a few different things going on. My first memory was being born homeless, and after that, I lived with my bio parents for 7 years, and my bio dad died, and then I went through the foster care program. So I always had something going on that kind of prepared me for what could happen, but also to prepare me for making the wants and desires to having a great life no matter what. And that is all. That's all what I'm about. I'm about showing people that no matter what situation you go through, you can still have a happy and successful life. And I think these things that are going on right now, it gives us a great opportunity to kind of reflect on where we are right now and where we want to be. So I know a lot of you probably have a good idea of what you would like to do, but for the ones that don't, this exercise will be a great way for you to evaluate what dreams, what aspirations you do have. It's called like this 20 thing evaluation, where you think, what are the 20 things in life that make me my most happiest? And I don't want you to tell yourself, no matter what the things are, no, this is stupid. What would other people think? Because you know, when it comes to your happiness, it doesn't matter what other people think. So when you're going through this list, it could be, one of your things could be singing karaoke. Maybe it could be as silly or serious as hula hoop. You know, no matter what it is, just write down these 20 things. And what you're going to find is you're going to see that there's some themes or there's some associations between them. And once you have an idea of like what makes you the happiest, one of the easiest ways to live a happy life are by these three pillars. One, knowing what makes you happy. Two, what you are good at. And then three, finding a way to monetize what makes you happy and what you're good at. And a lot of us, we get stuck in the, now how am I going to achieve this? And it's not a question of how, but it's a question of what. When you're committed towards what you want in life, that how will show up. So you don't need to worry about necessarily how you're going to achieve it right away. Just know that when you put in the time, when you put in the effort, eventually throughout the day, you're going to get these different ideas of how you are going to achieve it, and you are going to want to use those to start the process. Now, I know me and a lot of other people, there are all of these different distractions. Sometimes it's ourselves, and sometimes it's other things as well, like Netflix. But when you get these ideas, sometimes you think, oh, I'm not good enough, or a person is better qualified, or you should try tomorrow. But you gotta tell yourself that yes, you are good enough. That you don't have to be great to be started, but you do have to get started to be great. And once you get into the point where you're actually taking action towards the things, that's when you're going to see great improvement. And one rule that I like to do this 10-minute rule, where I get this idea and I'm going to spend 10 minutes on it. And if after those 10 minutes I want to stop, then I'm going to stop. But once you start something, a ball in motion tends to stay in motion. So you're going to see that slowly working towards these goals, it's going to be great. And these ideas that you have in your head, it's not going to hold you back anymore. Because a lot of us, we get stopped by things in our past. It could be like an accident that I have, maybe a situation you have. It kind of like makes you not want to go to that. You have a little bit of healing or some different things you have to do, or you have fears of the future, fears of what is to come. But you have to let those go, so that you can achieve these different things that you want to do. And just to tell you a little bit of a success story, I had been wanting to move to California for a little more than 2 years ago. I got into the speaking industry, and I really liked how you could make such a difference by going to these different places, these different organizations. And what I had found is the area that I was at, we just didn't have the people, we didn't have the resources. So I decided, okay, I have this idea. I went through my list of the 20 things. These are things that makes me happy. And then I finally put in the work. It took me 2.5 years, but I finally moved. I'm now in California. I'm still in the nursing home, but actually today I just had a call with IHSS, which is the remaining 8 hours of care that I will need. So it looks like even a month to 3 months from now, I should be able to get out of here. So, and the last piece of advice I really want to give you is is once you know you have a great idea of what you want to do, you aren't necessarily going to be doing the certain steps that you primarily thought of. There's this one guy, he says the best way to be in business, or the best way to succeed in business is to be in business. And what he meant by that is if you create this plan and you don't take any action towards it, what you realize is that plan that you have, that diamond that you thought you needed, it turns out you needed a square. And you will only know that by actually being in it. And then after you found this square kind of works, you learn about this circle. And then when you try that circle, the growth, slowly gets higher and higher. So just jumping into it, knowing that you are good enough, knowing that the resources and the things that you have right now is good enough, you are good enough, and you just have to go out and achieve those dreams. Because inspiration for things, like when it comes to like me, sure, do I get little bursts of inspiration? Yes, but that's not good enough. You have to be your own inspiration, and you just have to go out knowing that if you say no to the good, say no to these Netflix, Facebook, say no to those goods so you can say yes to the great. Say yes to those major things that you want to accomplish in life. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Alex. Let's give a big round of applause. All right. Alex, thank you so much. I think that you are just an absolutely incredibly inspiring person. If you agree with that, please let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments that you are inspired by Alex, Mr. Plasky. What a great guy. And, and I don't think that you obviously with a short period of time, you only have so much time to get into this, but, Alex basically said, well, he can't travel in the way that I can. So being in a state where there's not tons of people, wasn't able to have the opportunity. So he said, I need to be in California. But in order to get into California and to be able to have the care that he needed to have, he needed to get there first, not knowing if he would actually have the care. They wouldn't do the business with him when he was outside of the state. He needed to go to the state first. You talk about not needing to see the bottom of the staircase and just taking your first step. Alex goes to California not even knowing if he's going to be able to get the essential care that he needs just to be able to live. And he took this step because he was truly passionate about what he was doing. And how long ago was that you made the move to California?
It was September 17th. I went from 24-hour nursing, which is over $300,000 in government assistance, and just threw it all away. And I took my brother, we went on an airplane, and we went into St. Joseph's ER. And when it comes to like health care, like I'm a huge number, so even being in that nursing home or in that hospital, it's like $6,000 a day. And they didn't want that. They were actually trying to like see if they could kick me out of the hospital. And eventually, I had the nurses and the doctors on my side, and they're like, Alex, we're gonna say you have a UTI and you need to stay here because of X, Y, and Z. And eventually it switched over, and I got out of there, and now I've been in the nursing home for 7 months. I had an interview today from IHSS. I got 16 hours of LVN 2 weeks ago, which was a huge piece of the pie, and now today I am working in my last 8 hours.
And I just think this is incredible, and here's what I want everyone to do. Next time you say the words to yourself, reaching this goal is too hard, I just want you to think about Alex. That's it. Next time you think reaching this goal is too hard, or it's too much sacrifice, or it's too challenging, just think about Alex. Or next time you're in not a great mood, I do it myself. I think about Alex when I'm not in a great mood. I go, you know what do I have to complain about? Because if Alex can stay positive, I can too. So let's hear one more round of applause for Alex. All right, thank you so much. And where's the best place for people to get in touch with you?
At this point, I would just say like on my main Facebook page, Alex P. Plasky. And I also did start up my YouTube channel as well a few weeks ago.
Great. Pop those links into the comments so that people can see that. Pop those links down below. Betsy says, what would Alex do? Love it. Fantastic. We should make some bracelets. There we go.
I hope you liked the video, and I hope you're inspired to take that action. And like I said, be your own inspiration. Think of your dreams and make that the enjoyment of your day. And you're going to be so surprised when you look down the road, maybe even not that far down the road, on all of the great things you have achieved. For me, moving to California, it took me 2.5 years. But it is well worth it. All of that time and effort, and for me now to have that weight off my shoulders, boy, it's a great thing. I'm super excited for you, and if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out some of my other videos right here, and I'm sure you will enjoy those just as well. Have a good day, and once again, keep taking action towards your dream life.